Okay. Whew. All right. Welcome to our stream. How's everyone?
Great.
Good.
Amazing. Fantastic.
Okay. I have a couple of things that I want to talk about. It's been a long week. But you know, we get through
Those
it.
holidays.
Yeah. Speaking of holidays, I hope that all of you had amazing holidays. Thank you, Miss Tanya Pickles, for the subscribe, and yeah, we appreciate it. So, welcome to the 7th episode of our stream, of our campaign specifically. We are a bunch of average people playing a chaotic and awesome game. Check out our most recent stream because it features our very own. I have to turn all attention to you here. It
No, I didn't know that the camera's on me.
It features our very own Jen, who actually DM'd it, and I got a chance to be a player, and it was awesome. It was a Christmas one-shot. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I think that you guys will really enjoy watching it. I think we've put that on YouTube. I think it's on YouTube.
If it's not, it will be
If it's not,
very soon.
If it's not, it will be very soon.
You get to see me do my one and only cringy voice because I don't know how to do any others.
We also have a special guest today because Jeff is in Florida right now, Disney.
Soaking up the rays.
So we have decided to allow Pusheen Mel, the pseudo dragon, to join us today. Pusheen even has a little mic and everything. I love it. Okay. Waves. So, the next thing that I have to talk about, because 2019 is coming. So this is actually part 1 of our 2019 announcements. So first, a podcast. I know I've been talking about it on social media, and some of you have been encouraging me to do that, and we are. So a podcast will be coming soon featuring me and Jenny.
Hey.
So, this podcast, we will be exploring the elements of what it means to be a player and a DM. So kind of, it's a little bit for everyone in the D&D or even RPG world. I guess we aim to give a lot of tips and tricks and helpful information to D&Ders of all skill levels. And it should be a really fun time, and I'm excited to start doing that. It's going to be goofy as hell. Okay, that was one. Hope you didn't think we were done. The second announcement that I have for 2019 is we will be adding all of our backlog of videos and future videos that we put out. We're going to be adding those in podcast format as well. We're going to be kind of splitting them up a little bit so that they are, you know, in more small digestible parts, easier to listen to. So that's something. And then last but not least, our Insight Check stream is moving from Thursdays to Wednesdays. Do we agree on a time?
Probably 7:30.
7:30. Hey, I'm just making sure, guys. We didn't just decide that.
We didn't. Last second.
We use the stones real quick.
Throw that. No, 7:30.
I just don't want to be the person, and then as soon as I get off stream, everyone's gonna be like, Jordan, why'd you say that?
We actually wanted it to be at 5 a.m.
We'll find something else to yell
How
at
did
you
you not
about
know it was
after stream.
7:30 a.m.?
I mean, you're not wrong.
7:30 a.m.
Right before work.
7:30 p.m.
That would be the
Night-
sleepiest stream ever. Like
I
me
wouldn't
trying
do
to
that.
do stuff in the morning. It would just be like,
I would actually enjoy that.
Tatiana wants coffee.
They make alcoholic coffee.
Oh, I
Irish
know.
coffee.
You think I don't know that?
Okay. Can you turn down our mics just a little bit?
Can do. There we go. Let us know if that is better.
I think that's good. Ultimately, I think it's our viewers who have to decide that. But we
The viewers let us know if there are audio problems and we'll fix it.
Yeah.
Sounds well.
Once the delay catches up.
Miss Tanya Pickle says that sounds awesome. I don't know if she means our sound or our announcements. So I'm just gonna assume both.
Actually, she was talking about the sound of your voice.
Oh,
That deep, gravelly.
I'll take that. I'll take it. Appreciate the support. Okay. So Insight Check will be 7:30 p.m. EST. And yeah, making this switch will actually make it so that more people can come more often, and we can kind of avoid only having like one guest. And I think it's really interesting when we have multiple people playing off of each other and stuff. So this should result in a better viewing experience for all of you. So yeah, Wednesdays. Go ahead and cancel any plans that you had on that date, and I'll see you then.
Perfect.
Okay. With that said, are you all ready?
Pusheen Mel, are you ready?
Pusheen Mel, are
Ready
you
for
ready?
this? She seems ready.
Very confident.
Or very scared.
Stoic
Take that either way.
She's the true boss of the campaign. Pusheen, smiling Pusheen Mel.
Real MVP.
Okay, guys. Are we ready?
Yeah, we
Yes?
are. Yeah,
Yes.
Good.
ish.
So, last time on Shadows of Zethris, Jian Qi kind of brought you to her chambers and showed you the exact site of where you needed to go, what you needed to get for this test. A small coin-sized green gem of sorts. And the test would bring you to the peak of the mountain that you're currently at, the highest mountain in the Misty Mountains. You braved the cold, and you encountered creatures along the way that were made out of like a black matter and particles of dust. Some of them seemed to try and help you, others of them seemed to want to hurt you. And through the use of some ingenuity and flight and eagles and silly stuff, you guys flew over a lot of things.
Really? Nice.
That I had planned. You flew over all of these things, and you got to the top of the peak, where you saw the green coin. Behind it, other, pieces of gold that you now see. It's in a small pile. I mean, it's not a small pile. It's in a rather large pile of gold and gems. But this green stone is unique. And as the mist rolls in, and your vision becomes a little difficult to see, you heard the voice of a large creature who announced himself and kind of threatened you a little bit. And as he comes into view, you can see that this is standing at about 20 feet tall. This is a light blue dragon. His skin looks like ice.
Are we currently in flight?
We
No.
were. We were in
Right.
flight.
No, I think we
One
landed.
of you is. One of you got de-shifted though. Was it you?
I think it was me because I have damage. I took 4 points of damage, so I think so.
Yeah. So you and whoever you were carrying.
I was carrying you and Val, right?
No, I was carrying
No.
her.
Oh. Yeah, I was
Me and
carrying
Val.
You and Val.
Yeah.
But you caught him.
Yeah, no, well, I broke polymorph, and then I re-polymorphed. And I was still flying at that point. I don't remember falling and not
I have a
flying.
point of exhaustion.
But I do have, I did mark that I took damage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, we both have 2 points, which is why we were together. Because we're like really
Are you still in
tired.
polymorph?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm flying close to the ground because I've fallen from eagle shape many times. I don't want to fall.
Okay, maybe I'm mistaken then. If you guys are still flying,
Okay.
we'll say that you are. You are all both on the backs of Loot and Virion.
Well, Val's in my class.
Correct. And yeah, you currently see like the icy shaped, like the ice on the ground of this whole area, and this dragon just extends its wings, and kind of looks up at you. Both of you are about 20 feet above the ground right now. You can see that the pile of coins is behind the dragon. It's about 60 feet away, and at this point, mist begins rising, and I would say for the purpose of this, it is now heavily obscured. Yeah.
The dragon?
Pretty
Or
much
the coins?
whole area
Okay.
and the coins.
Okay.
But you do know that they are there. As it kind of looks up at you all, what are y'all doing?
Where is it going in relation to the dragon? Behind it?
Behind him.
How far?
It's about 20 feet from where he's standing.
Which is how far from us?
80 feet from you.
I think we-
Because you're currently 20 feet up, and it's 60 feet away as well.
Okay.
We can talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll go left, you go right.
Works for me. And I peel off.
You get the coin.
Going for the coin. And so I peel off to.
Ooh.
Okay. As soon as you guys start flying, you just see that it kind of peers up. Stop. Do not come any further. Do you continue flying?
No.
What's it speaking?
That wasn't common.
In common?
That was
okay.
common.
So currently I do a huge gust back and I'm like hovering in place.
I'm
And
gonna
looking at Virion, I'm like,
I'm
Oh, no.
gonna shout at it. There's no chance you just want to give us one little gem from your treasure, is there?
This time in Draconic, so pretty much everyone but you and
I
Val.
can't. I don't speak Draconic.
You don't speak.
I think it's just
so only, I think it's only them two,
Okay.
yeah.
Those two.
So in Draconic, you just hear him kind of, push up a little bit, and he kind of looks at both of you again, kind of peers over at Tatiana. It's like,
Don't like that reaction.
like, people always coming after my stuff. And then he says in common, "No, what do you want?"
We just need that little green gem.
This is mine. I have earned it fair and square.
Can he speak Eagle?
You can try and talk to him.
In Eagle, or whatever, I will say, could we trade it for something?
What do you have that I would be interested in?
Oh, he speaks Eagle.
Perfect.
Wow.
I don't want him to speak Eagle.
He's spoken common though.
Oh, okay.
But he just understands.
Yeah, cool. So then you guys can like comprehend what I possibly probably said. I'll look daggers at you because I don't have much on me to offer to try to get you to understand that you might have more to offer than I do. Do you? Like all I have is a violin.
Are you actually talking to him right now?
No, I'm just staring daggers at him. I'm just like, and like slightly nudging my head.
Make an insight check for me. Oh, okay. To see if you can understand that.
I'm pretty good at performance. Can I make a performance?
This is gonna be a 27.
Oh, alright, never mind.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that you can pretty much tell what he's trying to say here. He's kind of like.
I hold up a very sparkly ruby that I chose due to how sparkly it is, by the way. That's canon. I hold it up. What about this?
I have piles of stuff similar or better.
Well,
I need something interesting.
I don't have anything interesting.
I think I should.
I have a severed hand with a red pearl in it. What about this? I pick up some random shit, you guys.
Place it before me.
You know me, so I lie down and cautiously land near him.
I hold it in front of me.
Just being this close to this almost like an ice wagon. Like it's you can feel the cold coming off of him. Kind of looks down. This is of no worth to me.
I also gently set down Val so that he can get on my back rather than me crushing him under my claws. Just for clarity.
I also have a silver pixie corpse that I hold up.
What?
It's shiny.
A silver what?
Pixie corpse.
I need something that you value.
Oh.
Oh, you should have clarified.
Tatiana just. I'm just gonna be like.
Inching.
I'm just gonna be like flying ever so subtly towards the point that we need.
I feel like. Anyway.
Okay, let's see if he sees you.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like Val has all the interesting stuff.
Probably. He is going to fly over and attack. Because he does notice that you're inching closer.
Well,
Gonna hurt
cool.
me.
Apparently he doesn't like any of my random shit anyway.
So as he comes over, he is going to
Already
kind of
hurt.
hit you with his claw, and that's going to be a 24 to hit. You're going to take 19 piercing damage
Alright.
and 9 cold damage.
I'll take it.
Yikes. Are you gonna fall out of wild?
Said 19 plus 9.
19 piercing damage and 9 cold damage. As this claw scrapes past your feathers, you can just feel like someone is jamming icicles like in your in your like chest almost. Like as they go through your sides and end at your chest.
Ouchie.
Blood just drips.
Okay.
Well, I'm not an eagle.
Well,
Oh
crap.
yeah.
Okay.
He never said his name, right?
He did not. So at this point, you and Sumiko, are you on his back?
I am.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know
Flying
if
low specifically
But I
for
can
this.
use my reaction to
You're at
reduce
20
fall
20
damage
feet.
equal to 5 times my luck level.
All right. Well, let's see if it'll help you with 3 falling damage.
Yay!
So you land very gracefully as you kind of notice that this is happening. You take the 3 falling damage of bludgeoning specifically. Cool.
Okay. How far away is he now that he took the attack from me? Because I'm sitting on the ground.
You were right in front of him, which means you're about 30 feet away from the treasure and stuff. And he flew about 15 feet to the right.
Okay. Let me know when I can make an
And
action.
has now kind of come back to both of you.
Okay.
So he was
Gets
just
back
like,
down.
whap, and then just came back.
It was like a flyby attack. He just kind of just flew by, scratched him, and came back.
Are they currently falling through the air?
No, very cool.
Oh, you already hit the
My
ground.
head is like,
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
all kind of happened at
Okay,
once.
cool. I'm gonna lean back so that they can pop off and instantly break polymorph.
Okay.
Oh, great one. I might have something to offer of you. Something that I have had for quite some time. I lost it for several years, but now it has ventured its way back into my possession. As saying the word possession, I pull out my violin. This is something of great value to me. I got it when I first came here to this realm.
Why is this thing special?
It was one of the first objects from this realm that I ever obtained. There's many objects that I've had, but this one stuck with me during hard times, and then I lost it for several years, and coming together with these people brought it back into my life. But if it helps them in their journey to offer it up, I will.
Place it down.
And place it down before me as I bow and
Make
back
a
away.
persuasion check. Also, pass me that mouse.
Come on, dice. Ooh. Haha, good thing I have like a stupid modifier. 20 not natural.
20 not natural.
I rolled a 6.
Nice.
Oh god.
I mean 19, sorry.
Alright. He kind of looks down. I will accept this. Is there anything else? What about from you?
it's clean. This is all off my face. Oh. I mean, just 1 second. I'll start digging through my bag.
Dragonborn.
Dragon. I'm digging through.
Good one, period.
Nice burn.
Pseudo dragon. Draconic. I'll pull out Edina's bow and just kind of look at him. Not that you deserve this, but this belonged to a good friend recently passed.
What does this stone mean to you that you would give something of that kind to me? He kind of rears up, leans in a little bit in anticipation of your answer.
this friend was killed in the hands of a demon. And this object we're trying to bargain for could help another friend survive the same demon.
Kind of looks down, pauses for a moment. Fine. I see this thing means something to all of you. Keep your items. I want all of you to come before me.
Slowly walk up to him.
Or do the same.
My side just start hobbling.
I'm slowly walking up because pretty tired.
Are you actually like gushing blood right now, or bleeding?
Just bleeding.
Okay. Like, what's your?
Dragon's weak to dragon, so.
You'll be all right. Be gonna say with healing word level.
Red,
2.
yellow, or green?
Yeah,
How you looking?
yeah. That's my main
Oh,
question.
I'm green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you going over to Sumiko?
Yeah, but I'm more in the back. I'm pretty tired.
Oh wait, how deep is the snow here? Am I like just
Can hurt.
submerged?
There's not a lot of snow up top here.
It's icy.
It's
Where are you going?
you can tell just like kind of by walking around. It's very slippery
Okay.
and icy pretty much everywhere
Gotcha.
at this peak.
I'd take a kneel before him. Take a knee, not kneel.
At this point,
I don't notice because he's already so small.
you can see that this dragon gets on his hind legs and stands up. I mean, he's now even taller than 20 feet. Just enormous.
Well, I mean, he's taller than 7 feet. He's already enormous to me.
Yeah. As he looks down, you can see that he appears to be just like inhaling. You can also see that clouds are forming on top of you. Does anyone want to do anything?
I'm gonna wait this out. See where it goes.
I'm gonna ready a dodge.
An umbrella.
I'm kind of ready to dodge. I want to get ready for, because I'm only going to assume that this is the storms that we've been watching as we've been heading up here. So anything that's like coming toward me or whatever, maybe it'll just run in circles.
Well, it looks like it's centered on you all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep a lookout. Be ready to follow.
Okay. Then at this point, you can see that the clouds start to come together. And it's like you can see sparks coming from the cloud as he is still just inhaling. And as he exhales, you see that there is just a blast of ice, mist, and like small shards of like little bits of snow that just propel out of his mouth towards all of you. At the same moment, you can see that lightning strikes down from the cloud and hits you all.
What?
Boy.
And as this happens,
Boy.
you don't feel anything.
Okay.
Because I'm ready to dodge.
You seemed so nice. Why are you attacking me? I came out to have a good time.
You should have offered him tea.
The mist from all of this and from this dragon coming in at all of you, it blinds you,
Okay.
and you can feel the ground beneath you kind of shatter based on the explosion coming from the clouds. And as you begin falling, it feels like you've been falling for like 2 minutes. And you land. appear to see like you're in like a cave. You can see that if you look up, very high up, you see that there's a small dot with light. Down here, just kind of looking around, it's completely dark, so you can't see more than about 30 feet in front of you. But you see that you've landed in a pile of bodies. They're old, like they're skeletal, and they have clothing on. And what you do notice is that a lot of them seem to share different kinds of monastic garb. You see that there's a large opening in the cave where you can then go out, and you see two pathways that go left and right, just from where you're currently laying. What do you want to do?
I'm first looking around for any of my companions. I'm guessing I don't see anyone. All I see is the pathways.
Correct.
Okay. As I sort of, you said I'm like laying in the bodies, like in the bones of monastics.
Yeah.
It's not ominous at all. I really thought he was just going to give us the gem.
Another thing that you kind of think about as well is that it didn't hurt this fall.
Okay.
You didn't even land gracefully, and you landed in bones, basically.
Right.
A pile of bodies.
Not a soft landing.
Not a soft landing at all.
I didn't feel
but
it.
It didn't hurt.
I am gonna look around, like, quickly on the off chance that the gem is down here, because it seemed like he was gonna give it to us, but do I see anything?
Just give me a perception check.
24.
Damn.
Damn.
So you do not see the stone,
Okay.
the green stone.
Walking over to the two paths.
However, in this
I'm so eager.
in this cavern,
I'm like, ah.
in this cavern, you can see that there are a set of legs that are hanging out of the wall. They're like they go up to the waist, but then the body seems to be further, like it's part of the wall basically.
Okay. All right.
You see that
I'm-
they have boots on as well.
I'm gonna assume that I'm being watched through this, but I'm not going to try and interact with the legs hanging out of the wall.
Okay.
That's what's going on in my mind. I'm just gonna take note, but still walk towards the paths. And as I look down each path, what do I see?
Okay. As you look down each path, you can see that the first one, within 30 feet, there seems to be a door. And down the other path, it's dark. So after that 30 feet, you can't see anything else. Like you would have to continue walking that way.
Oh, I want to go see what's behind the door first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go down that path, and just open the door and look inside.
Okay. You notice that the door, it's unlocked, but there appears to be something kind of blocking it. As you can open the door about an inch before it stops.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
Do I see anything through the crack in the door?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna try and kick the door open.
Okay. Just give me an attack roll. For the purpose of this, we'll just use an unarmed strike.
It's like a 24.
Okay, you definitely hit the door. And just roll damage.
Ooh. Upgraded to a D8. My last level. So exciting. 10.
10? Okay. Managed to kind of kick the door, and you budge it another like 3 inches. Enough that you can kind of start to see a little bit more into the room. You notice that there is a light source inside of this room. It appears to be kind of shifting and moving. But besides that, you'd have to get more in. So you're just going to continue trying to open this door?
So I see a light source inside the room, like a shifting light source.
Yeah. You
And
don't see the light source itself.
and
You
I've-
just see that the rest of the room appears to
like
be...
shadows and
yeah,
stuff like that. Okay.
exactly.
And okay, so it's not like a ball of energy or light or anything. It's just that I see that there's some kind of light in there.
Correct.
And then the door is more open, but not to the point that I can fit through it yet.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit it again.
At this point, you hit it open, and in this room you can see that there are two candles on each corner. There appear to be hooded figures. You can't see their faces standing behind each candle. There are 3 podiums. There's one in the middle of the room, and then 2 about 10 feet away on both sides. There doesn't appear to be anything on them, but they're just 3 wooden podiums.
I'm going to address the hooded figures and ask them, can you help point me in the right direction? What should my next step be?
The mysterious figure on the right side, the hooded figure, you can kind of just hear like it's almost as if this voice is being picked up just by the wind, and you're hearing it as it's passing by you.
Mm-hmm.
As you hear, "What do you seek?"
I'm looking for help to defeat a great evil.
You see that the other one kind of starts to move. Its body almost floating off the ground, hovering over to you. At this point, stands before you. It's a long sigh. So you can hear it breathing. It moves closer. It's now standing at about 2 feet in front of you. It starts to close the distance. Kind of reaches out. Moves its arms. Puts them down. You notice as it's doing that its arms are skeletal. And it doesn't have a face that you can see even though you're this close. It just appears to be like a hood that is animate. As it kind of gets closer to you. What will you give up?
My life if I have to, if it means stopping him.
As it turns away, you then see that there are 3 light sources that appear on the podiums. The first one is green. The second one, red. The last one, blue. And each of them have like a white aura surrounding them. Which one of these appeals to you the most?
I point to the blue.
As you look at the blue, you can see that there is an image, almost like an animation that's playing. You look at each of the other ones and also realize that there are images on those as well. So as you look at the blue one, you can see that there is, it looks like a team of soldiers fighting. And there appears to be one monastic who is using what appears to be like fist gauntlet kind of things. Not gauntlets.
Like knuckle
Yeah.
thingies? What are those called?
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
They're like gloves basically.
Okay.
It looks like gloves, and you see that there's also like a chain. And this monastic is pretty ruthless as far as like jumping over people, putting the chain behind, snapping their necks. You look over at the red, and you can see that there is the same monastic from the first, but they appear to be in a forest, like with their back to just a bunch of different kinds of creatures. In front of them, you can see that there is another wave of just these soldiers that are coming in. And they just appear to have a spear, and they're kind of holding them off and encouraging the forest animals to escape. You then see the green light, and it just looks like a one-on-one fight between that same monastic and one of the soldiers, and they are just going head to head, blow for blow. You can see that there's a lot of hand-to-hand combat involved, but the person has a sword in their hand.
Okay, so seeing the images, like I had started to like indicate towards the blue, but like taking in like the full picture. I'm actually going to point to the red.
The
The
forest.
spear, the forest, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. As you point to it, you see that this figure points to it as well. You can hear the animals in the forest as this red aura it picks up off of the podium and starts to float slowly over to you. It feels pretty intense. You have to really brace yourself. And as it starts to move closer, reach out for it. As you grab onto it, it envelops your hand and wraps around your body. I need you to just make a quick con save.
I don't have a good modifier for that either. 6.
6. Okay. you're going to take 3 points of force damage. And as you're trying to hold onto it, it appears to be coming off of your body and moving away. One more con save.
Oh god.
Even worse. 4.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Like a vengeful spirit, as you try and hold this in, it starts resisting you even more. At this point, it's now come off of your body, and it's leaving your hand. Leaving your arm. You're holding on to the smallest piece of it as it's moving away. Last one.
Oh my goodness.
10.
The dice does not like you today.
Well, con is a terrible stat for me.
This
so
stat alone, your dice just don't like you.
it's true.
Okay. It stops. And as soon as you kind of pull it towards you and start to get some headway, it breaks off to small little pieces of light that seem to just impale you. And as you look up, you see that the 2 figures are gone. The other oars are gone. And the candles are slowly dying. But on the podium you can see your training sword. On the middle podium.
How much damage did I take?
You took 3 points initially, and then 5 points after that of force damage. So 8 total.
Okay. I'll go pick up my sword.
Okay. As you pick it up, you can hear some kind of mechanism behind the wall moving, and you can see that this rock fixture in front of you, as it starts to move, it reveals that there's another path ahead. Would you like to go down that path?
Yes.
Okay. As you walk forward, it seems as if you have stepped into a comedy club. As you hear the sounds, you can see people are gambling, having fun, and you can see that there is a stage. The red curtain is currently closed. There's a sign open that says open mic night. You see that there are a lot of people sitting around, about 80 or so, and they just appear to be very interested in who's going to come up next. You can see as the curtain opens, Luke kind of steps out. You can see that he's shaking. Appears to be very nervous.
Aww.
And he starts to tell this story as he plays. You can see that the crowd is not enjoying it at all. Like they are not liking this show.
No.
You can see that they are throwing things at him, like throwing rocks, throwing like food, throwing alcohol, mugs, whatever they can find. They appear to be throwing at him. As he gets down into like a kind of defensive stance, as things are just kind of bouncing off of his stone frame. That's what you see.
Okay, I'm gonna start yelling at everybody who's throwing stuff at Loot, and be like, "Hey, stop that!" I'm gonna bat the stuff out of people's hands and run up to the stage.
Okay.
Is it actually me, or? Okay.
What's going? Are you okay?
I don't know what happened. I did my best.
I thought it was wonderful. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I pick up one of the pieces of fruit that's on the stage and I like chuck it back at somebody.
Okay. Now, Lude, you do not remember anything of the monastic trial.
So I'm just here getting shit thrown at me.
You just know that you came to this club tonight
Okay.
because it would be a good place for you to, you know, up your reputation. And even though this person up here, you don't truly know who they are, but they seem familiar.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around the room for the exit, like for the next doorway out of this room.
Doesn't appear to be one.
Okay.
There's just the curtain behind you all.
Come with me. There's another path down the other way. I don't.
Okay. You seem trustworthy. I guess I'll follow.
Thank you.
As the crowd
You seem
starts
confused.
to shout.
I feel like we've built some trust between us.
They start to shout and like storm the stage. They don't appear to be trying to climb it, but they're like at the base of the stage, kind of upset. Which is when you notice that these aren't people. You notice that they're all the dust and particle creatures that you've seen before. That just have a humanoid shape.
Okay. Seriously, I'm gonna swing my practice sword and try and hit as many of them with it as I can if they're like crowding. Yeah.
Sure. I'd say you can definitely start swinging, and it just appears that more of them are coming. They are starting to climb over each other and try to get to the stage. One of them ends up grabbing Lute's ankles, and they are trying to pull him off of the stage into the bunch of people that are there. What are you doing?
Kicking them in the head.
Okay.
What happens when I do any of this?
You see that it's affecting them. Like they're getting pushed back from it. There are just
Okay.
like 80 of them. So you're
Okay, I'm
pushing
gonna
back,
kick him in the
one
head and try and
person.
get them off of him, and then be like, "Come on!" and try and like make a run for it with Lute. Actually, I'm gonna pick him up and run
I'm quite heavy.
because
but-
he's a lot slower than me.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Are you?
Well, you are a monk that has.
I don't wanna
Stupid move
outpace
speed.
him.
So yes, you are faster than me.
Are you gonna try and pick him up?
Yeah.
Make an athletics check.
Do I trust? See, you said I don't remember her at all, right?
23.
23. I'd say you could kind of get him over, but you do realize, like, as you stand up, you're gonna move pretty slow. With him.
Oh, okay.
He is a lot
Oof.
heavier than you thought he was.
You're a lot heavier than you look, and I'm just gonna put it back down on the ground and grab his hand and start running.
So I don't remember her, right?
She just seems very familiar.
Do I remember any of my like bardic abilities, like my spells and whatnot?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna cast greater invisibility
On yourself?
and her. I think I can cast it on 2 people. Let me double check. It's touch, so I'd have to cast it twice, I guess. If she's touching me, would that count? Maybe you touch a creature, so no. It's level 4. Nope, I'm not doing it. Never mind.
Okay. Cool. What are you gonna do?
At this point, I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna yell back at them with vicious mockery
Okay.
to stay back as I grab back onto her hand and run with her.
Okay.
So I'm running back towards the entrance because I don't see any other exit in the room.
That's
So
with
you're
my-
gonna try and run through the people? Or were you trying to run backstage?
No, I'm trying to run like around the people
Okay.
towards the entrance. So just get out of this room.
What were you doing? loot?
There it is. Okay, I had to make sure I actually had one. So I've got my other hand on her. With my other hand, I pull out my rapier, and I'm just like
Trying to slash?
trying to slash. Yeah.
Okay. I see you guys are doing
I'm gonna
that.
assume that I'm unarmed striking people as I run through.
Yes. I would like both of you to make just acrobatics checks.
Ooh, not bad.
As they're trying to kind of punch at you, throw things at you.
24.
18.
Okay, cool. So I'd say at one point, someone gets a good punch in on you. Another point, someone throws something. It kind of hits you in the back of the head, but you just keep running. You guys only take 2 points of bludgeoning damage each.
How many?
2 points.
2. Cool.
As you continue to run, you can see that there are 2 bouncers at the entrance, and they just appear to be, kind of blocking it, and they're still that same, composition as everyone else.
Okay, I'm gonna punch one in the face. I'm gonna punch both in the face.
Okay.
And if they stagger away, I'm gonna try and pull him out the door.
All right. So I'd say punch one, they kind of move back. Punch the other one, and you guys just keep running right through the door. You run through about 20 feet of pure darkness.
I don't come back into the last room that I was in.
No. But as you run, just like running, you then, after about 60 feet, you see that there's a long path, and behind you, that door has now closed.
So is this the original path?
No, this
Oh,
isn't.
this is a completely different path.
Yeah.
Okay.
Behind you, the door just says the lounge in like neon lights, and the door is closed, and you just see a path.
Have you been in there the entire time?
My memory is still foggy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure how I got there. I just know I was there, and I saw it as a great way to try to perform for some guys and entertain them.
But after we fell, was that where you landed?
After I fell? What do you mean?
After we fell
We?
into the mountain,
Mountain?
after the dragon.
Dragon?
Are you okay? I'm like checking his head for injuries.
Yes. You're quite familiar to me, like familiar with me. I'm not.
Oh, Lute, we're gonna get you checked out when we get back to the monastery, okay?
Monastery.
Mm-hmm.
I also. How'd you catch my name? Did someone write it on my clothing again?
We go way back. Yeah. I mean, it's been kind of a rocky relationship, but we're cool now. Anyway, come with me,
And you are.
and I'll take care of you. I'm Tatiana.
Okay. Well, I guess you seem trustworthy enough, and there's no one else here for me to trust. So might as well.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
You did a good job back there.
I try.
I do love your songs.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so we're walking down the path.
You're walking down this path. And you see that the cave ends. It opens up into what appears to be a very rainy night. The moon is out. Wolves howl in the distance.
Is it like a forest setting? Like we don't appear to be in a cave anymore?
Yeah, you're not. You don't appear to be in a cave.
Okay.
You appear to be in the middle of maybe what used to be a garden. There are all different types of plants and things laid out. It's at least about 4 acres worth. And they're all dead. All of the plants just see kind of a group that is surrounded on a small point about a half mile away. There appears to be kind of torches, pitchforks. You can see the lights from this circle, this crowd of people. There just appears to be a small opening in the middle of these people. But that's all that you guys can see from where you currently are.
Okay, I'm gonna approach.
Okay.
Do you know them?
No.
This place looks weird.
Do they look like people?
From here they do.
Okay.
How jacked up is my memory? Like, do I like remember like none of my past, or am I just like here?
I would say you remember everything except for the fact that you don't know who she is. Don't know anything about your travels with
The party.
the Shadows of Zethris.
Okay, cool.
And to you, you were just trying to go to another comedy club and
Sweet.
woo people.
Sweet.
As you continue walking, you can see that there is a scarecrow, and they're kind of just hanging. As they kind of get up, you can see that they appear to have the monastic garb of people that might have been in Kalimshan, but it appears different. Like there are different patterns and different features of the clothing itself. And it kind of gets off, and you can see that as you look closer, it is also, faceless, formless. Well, it has a form, it's a humanoid form.
It's a
Just dust.
scarecrow.
Yep.
Is it in
has
the
a hat on,
center
and it's closed.
of the
It's
people,
not in
or
the
it's
center.
just
It's
off to the side?
As you're walking,
Okay.
you see this.
If I look at it, is it looking at me? Does it seem to be following me?
It seems to be paying a lot of attention to you.
Okay.
It kind of starts walking with you. Doesn't appear to be doing anything.
Is
though.
it like literally walking next to me, or is it just kind of like staying on the periphery?
About 2 feet behind you,
Okay.
just matching your steps.
I'm gonna stop and turn around.
Okay.
Are you here to help me?
You don't hear any sound. You can just see it bow.
Okay. Then I'm gonna nod and turn around and keep heading towards the people who are gathered.
It then runs forward and jumps at you. Kind of grabs you across the back. It feels like a hug as it comes off. And just continues to follow you.
Does it feel like a familiar hug?
I would say no.
Just seems like a very personal thing to do, so, okay. I'm gonna stop and look at it again. Should I approach these people?
It's very difficult to tell its emotions, because it's literally just a swirling black mass
Mm-hmm.
of dust and light blue particles.
Does it look like this to me as well?
Yes.
Does this seem weird to me, or am I like, this is normal?
It seemed normal at the time that you were at the lounge, because you were trying to,
Right.
like perform for all of these creatures.
Right.
But now, as you kind of think about it, it seems more weird.
Okay.
It kind of just points at the crowd.
Okay. I'm gonna continue towards the crowd.
Okay.
And he's following with us.
Hmm?
other one's following with us. Okay. About how tall is he? 8.
5'4". As you continue walking, you then get to the base of like where all of these creatures are, all these humanoid-looking figures. You can see that they're all the same exact thing, the same dust-like people that you've encountered. And you can't see what's on the inside of the circle. Are you guys going to try and push through? What do you want to do? Because they're packed pretty tight, and everyone seems to be trying to get to the center.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and push through and get to the center.
Okay. You as well?
I'll weave through.
I need some athletics checks.
9.
9 as well, actually.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are trying to get through, and it just feels like you're being overwhelmed on all sides. At one point, you fall to the ground, and you can see that your scarecrow buddy got like pushed out.
Oh no, Scarecrow.
What do you want to do?
Are we? I guess I'm like, are we halfway through the middle, or still just right on the outskirts?
You're about a fourth.
Okay. Am I right behind her, or did we get separated?
You're on the ground,
Right.
so it's pretty difficult to see. One is it's nighttime, so it's already dark, but you just see like all of these. It's like just around you. Like these figures are making up most of your vision.
I'm gonna try to crawl through their legs.
Okay. Go acrobatics.
Hey, it's better. 21.
Okay, kind of hop over and start trying to go through. You notice it's going to take you a lot longer because you're like. You, on the other hand, are still trying to make your way through, and you're just kind of getting overwhelmed. What do you want to do?
I want to keep trying to shove my way through.
Okay, so just keep it on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, make another athletics check for me.
There we go. 21.
The whole time I'm doing this, I'm like, excuse me, hi, I'm Luke. Excuse me, hi, I'm Luke.
You guys eventually make it through, and you can see that there are two of these main creatures in the middle who both of them appear to be kind of going like this. There's no sound, but the whole crowd just seems to be in an uproar with their actions and body movements.
Is it eerily silent then, other than?
It's just besides rain and the shuffling of feet, you don't hear any sound
Okay.
like coming from them. So they're not speaking. And you can see in the middle, kind of sitting on their knees, their face down at the ground. You see Sumiko. As these two creatures here are just continually just
Pointing at them?
pointing
At her, I mean?
at her.
I'm gonna run into her, and she's down on the ground.
She's
said?
currently on her knees, yeah.
I'm running in and immediately picking her up from the ground.
So much like Loot, she seems familiar. They both seem a little familiar, but you're not really sure from where. All you know is that you really messed up, and because of your actions, like the crops and stuff and plants are dead.
Oh no.
And your villagers and parents are all very angry at you. But besides that, you remember everything else. At this point, you just see Tatiana kind of coming in and trying to help you up, you can see that both of the creatures are trying to pull your hands off.
Okay, well, I'm gonna backhand them.
Okay.
Cause like, Sumiko, she looks so sad. So yeah, I like consider that an unarmed strike on them. I'm like, back the fuck off.
Okay. Roll for damage on those.
Just damage.
So you hit them.
Okay, both of them. 10 and 7.
10, 7. Okay, they kind of get pushed back. You see that the first one kind of runs in again and is just gonna try and like kick you as hard as they can. That's gonna be a 21.
That'll hit me.
6 points of bludgeoning damage. And the other one is just trying to grapple you. So just give me an athletics or acrobatics, whichever one that you would like to use.
It's gonna be a nat 1. It's my acrobatics modifier. It's a 9.
Well, they got a nat 1, so.
Ooh,
So you kind of
close call.
push them off. They fall back and roll a couple times, and you kind of pick Sumiko up. At this point, you kind of see her. What do you do?
I'm super upset about the plants. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna regrow them. I'll regrow them, and she's just gonna be kind of focused on that because she doesn't really recognize you.
I'm like, it's gonna be okay, I promise. Okay?
Not again. I
We
can't
can-
do this again.
We can fix everything. It's gonna be okay. Come with me.
I have to fix the plants.
Okay, we'll do it together. Come with me, okay?
Okay.
Hi, I'm
Try
Luke.
to scoop her up.
Unlike Luke, I am not heavy.
Not at all.
Well, like onto your feet. I'm not actually gonna try and carry you because I'm not faster than you. So.
And kind of learning from that first experience, you're like, I'm not gonna just try and hoist her over as if I know that she's light. So you actually put time in. You're like,
Well, I don't
Okay.
hoist her though. I help her up to her feet.
she
Yes.
is very light though.
Okay.
At this point, you can see that the crowd is still around you all. They appear to turn their weapons. You guys are surrounded.
Okay. Well, I'm pulling my weapon.
Okay.
We're gonna need to get through now.
Are you two doing anything?
And all these people, they're still just like swirly faces and all that stuff.
Correct.
Okay. How are they acting towards us right now?
They
Hostile.
They look pretty hostile.
Right.
As they see that you're,
Do they have any weapons or
attacking
anything?
the two in the middle, and the ones all on the perimeter. Yeah, they have pitchforks. They have torches.
Right.
Some of them have like crudely made clubs out of like slabs of wood. Are you doing anything?
Sumiko's crying.
Oh.
And she's just gonna have the orbs in her hands. Like, she can see that they're like angry, but she's so like upset with herself right now that she's not necessarily ready to be fighting, but if something came close enough, I think she would react and just throw one like she normally would.
Okay. Anything?
I reach into my pocket and pull out what appears to be a satchel, and in it appears to be seeds. And I'm like, we can replant them. It'll be fine. I say with a smile on my face.
what it appears to be.
And minor illusion.
Okay.
And then I put it back into my pocket after 45 seconds.
Give me a deception check.
Okay.
Can I tell if they're fake?
31.
Jeez.
What?
Magic beans.
How is it that high?
I have a plus 13.
That's your thing.
That's his thing.
That's your thing.
Yeah, I would say based on the way that that he's holding it, and you're not like directly next to him and everything, and how confident he seems, it's like, yeah, he's got some beans. He's got some seeds. All right. At that point, you can see that they like take a step back. The circle gets just a little bit wider. So we're gonna take a break.
Sweet.
So we will be back in just a little bit. Thank you for tuning in. And, yeah, go get yourself something to drink. Do whatever you got to do, and then come back after the break.
Ooh.
Okay, so where we left off, you had just created some seeds and are trying to deceive the crowd into thinking that, you know, these are actual seeds that you can use to grow back. You're facing the crowd, kind of preparing yourself. You have your training sword up.
Mm-hmm.
You see that they have now kind of stepped back. And you see that some of them have backed off, and others
Good.
of them still look like they want to fight.
Okay, I'm gonna just very aggressively and in an attempt at intimidation, you could say. I'm gonna start stepping forward, kind of making sure that the two of them are both right behind me, and just stepping forward through the crowd as if like I just expect them to back off.
Okay. Then you see them stepping back. Make an intimidation check.
We'll see how that goes. Not good. 6. I don't think I've ever succeeded at an intimidation check this entire game. Like, this entire campaign. Like, in the past however many years.
Yeah,
Like, like my character is clearly just not intimidating to people.
Heck, Little Beast terrified one of your guards at your village.
I would like for the three of you to roll initiative.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh yeah, I have a modifier now.
Yeah.
Did you not?
Rick Reisman did not have a modifier.
Oh.
Luke, what you got?
14.
9.
20.
No.
Rolled a 16.
Nice.
However, my dice look weird to me. It's like slightly off kilter, right?
Oh yeah.
It looks slanted. But it is very much a 16. Plus mine.
All right. Top of the round, Sumiko. You see there are about 6 of these creatures that have, you know, different kinds of, you know, shitty weaponry, but they appear to just kind of be coming in, trying to attack. What do you want to do?
Shoot my orbs at them.
Okay. What damage type?
I guess radiant.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, I need a different dice this time. Ugh. 16.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. And then 10 points of radiant damage.
Okay, you kind of shoot at the first one. You knock the weapon out of one of its hands. It kind of struggles to hold onto it with the other hand.
19.
19 on the second. Same person.
Yeah, I guess so. Same one.
Okay.
And then that'll be 12 points.
12 points. Okay. As you hit that second one, this was to the same one, right? Okay. Hit him again. They kind of just drop their sword. They just like look stunned, and they look like they're still standing though, and they're just trying to like recollect themselves. Do you wanna?
There's like 2 of them.
There's 6.
Six.
There's 2 in front of you. There's 2 in front of each of you, and you've unloaded both into the one that's on your left hand side.
I want to use a key point and then shoot my 2 more, but at the other one.
Okay.
Ooh, that's out of the box.
Yeah. You roll that.
It's a nat 1.
No. No.
But technically a 10.
Important details.
The second one is a 13.
That's the best. So as you try and form that energy, you're
I'm still sad about those flowers.
first one
There we
you shoot forward, and it appears to like lob over the group. You can hear like the sound of it like impacting, but Yeah, and the other one just kind of goes into the crowd, and you can see that there's like a kind of confused look as like they're still trying to back up. Anything else that you want to do?
Just ready 2 more orbs.
Loot, you're up.
How far away are we from the fields?
Half a mile.
Dang. There's no like crops or anything that are dead near us?
Not really. This is kind of off of that path.
Okay. I'll still do it regardless. I try to okay. I stand up as tall as I possibly can. There's no need for violence. I can bring back your plants. I have like 10 seconds of talking I can do, right? Something like that.
I'll cut you off.
Okay. Oh, great Earth Mother, bring back light. Bring us a large tree of great splendor and light. Bring it all to us. And so about 60 feet away from us, using major image, a tree begins to sprout and grow about 15 feet high.
Okay. All right. Cool. Just give me a performance check with that as well, with
Okay.
advantage.
All right, something 28.
28. Okay. So you can see that the two that are in front of you kind of look back, and they seem to like be in awe as some of the people in the crowd start to just run over to it.
Nice.
Anything else that you're doing?
Is it, crap. Do I know I have a stone on me? Dang it. I will be grabbing both of them by the hands.
Okay.
And like,
You just grab an orb and hurt yourself.
Hand.
and like the way I'm grabbing them, I'm tugging them towards me, like in a we need to go kind of way.
Okay.
Or I'm tugging at their skirt. I don't know how tall I am.
Okay. I mean, you're not that far.
So you kind of just go over to them and get their attention. Try and grab their hands. That's gonna go straight into your turn.
Okay, do I still have 2
Yes.
in front of me looking like they want to attack me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try appealing to them first and say, look, we can help you. Gesturing to the tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a deception check.
Oh boy.
Does she have advantage because of the massive tree?
No.
Oh.
Not terrible. 17.
Hey.
That's good. Not terrible.
That's not 31, but
Yeah. No kidding.
One is always better. 31 too.
31.
So you see that both of them kind of like drop their guard, kind of just look up at the tree that is behind you.
Okay, so given Luke's like indication, like that he's grabbed us, I'm gonna sort of go with him and try and just snake on right past him.
Is there a hole in the ground? Has it a hole opened up because of everything?
No, not yet. Like on the outside of this circle of humanoids, they're kind of like slowly just dispersing out, slowly going to the tree. So like on their turns, basically.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna look for gaps in the people and start heading out.
Okay. So I'll say that's what you guys are doing. All right.
Look at us not always resorting to violence. Aren't you so proud?
I am proud.
Like I'm proud and I'm also gonna kill you.
maybe you should have this time.
The ground opens up and consumes you. Oh god.
It already happened.
God.
Again.
Thanks, anonymous person, for the sub.
Hey.
Sage affiliate.
Oh no, that's one of the people that we we played with.
Someone gave Sage of Philia a sub.
Oh,
Thanks for
cool.
that. So, as you guys are kind of looking around, you see that on their turns, all of these kind of creatures just look up and just start running, like booking it for the tree. Now, as they're running, you also notice that they keep looking back, and they're just running. I want each of you to make an insight check for me.
That grin.
I have advantage on it.
I rolled terribly, so.
Ooh,
Same.
that was good.
What'd you get?
Well, naturally I rolled a 15 and a 16 plus 9.
So
16 plus 9 is
25.
25.
Right, that's right. 16.
11, I think.
unless
Yeah,
am I
11.
supposed to be treating this I'm still as exhausted? Like, am I exhausted in this little thing that's going on right now?
That's a good
yes,
question.
but don't worry about it.
Okay, I mean it would still be a 15.
We'll do everything else after that.
Okay.
Okay. Also, Nervesh, thanks for the sub again.
Yay!
Nervesh is a
Nervesh.
3-month subber.
Wow.
My man,
Oh,
I
wow.
think.
Okay.
I think I know who that is. I think it's my man. Alright.
It is my man's. All right, so
Not
you
making
are the
assumptions.
only person who notices this, but you can see that just judging by their body movement and the fact that they just keep looking back and kind of, stepping over their toes, it appears that they're afraid of something.
Behind them or
They're running towards the tree, which is in the opposite direction of where you guys see the hole and are moving.
Okay.
So you guys are most likely moving towards something that they seem to be afraid of.
I'm gonna look at Tatiana and Lewin and say, I think they're running away from where we're going.
I mean, I think I intimidated them pretty well.
I don't think that's it.
I make a half-ass intimidating
Is-
look at Samiko.
Simiko just
What does
puts
this
the
hole look
hand
like?
down.
It's pretty much the circle of people. It's just starting to break as they're leaving.
Oh,
So
that.
you're,
Okay.
you're running through the hole in the crowd,
Right,
not
right.
an actual hole.
Okay, I got confused there for a second. I was like,
Cool.
wait, did a random hole just appear and I missed it?
A gap, if you
Cresting
will.
over the mountainside, as you guys are running, you can see that there are more creatures that are coming up, and they're not bipedal. They appear to just be on their hands, just propelling themselves forward like gorillas almost.
But it's still the dust
Yes.
thing? Okay.
And they appear to look exactly the same, but they're just coming over at you guys. There are about 5 of them. They're currently 20 feet away.
Shooting some orbs.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the one that's the closest, and I'm gonna meet him. I'm gonna run up and start slashing, bludgeoning him
Okay.
with my sword.
What are you doing?
You guys are just attack first.
They're running at you.
Scary, okay? Oops.
It's been an
I was so
emotional
proud.
day. The flowers and your
Luke, what are you doing?
performance.
Go ahead and make those.
I am standing behind Tatiana and observing, seeing what I can do. But I also say, Tatiana, I hope this is for the best. I say with Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, with Bardic Inspiration, so that means
Go
I
ahead and
add to my
a D10 to whatever roll you want.
D10?
Yeah. It's D10, correct?
I am pretty sure, but I will give you one. It is a
Okay.
D10.
Let's see what I need it for. I'll just throw it in there.
You don't have to use it.
I mean,
You can save that for any roll. Within what? A minute?
so my
Is it a minute? Riley?
Oh, sorry. No, it's like an hour or something. 10 minutes, sorry.
10 minutes. Okay, so within 10 minutes you can use it on any roll. So you don't have to throw it in unless you want to.
well, I feel really inspired right now, so I'm gonna use it.
All right.
My attack roll was a 26. Does that hit?
It hits.
And then my damage roll is 17 with Bardic Inspiration. Man,
So you can't add Bardic
I mean,
Inspiration
my
to,
buddy.
to your damage.
Yeah, you can.
you said any roll.
Only
What?
ability.
It's like a specific ability
I meant like
checks
any ability check.
Well, then I
a
am
save.
gonna save it because I rolled very well on attack,
Gotcha.
so I don't want it right now.
I mean, I just figured as soon as you did it, you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, it's anything
No.
except for damage.
Okay, well, now with that in mind, it's 10 damage.
As if 10 damage isn't good.
No, it is good. It is a good roll.
So, what were yours?
23 and 15.
Those both hit. Roll damage for me.
It'll be 9 and 11.
9, 11.
So
Okay.
20.
First one you throw, second one you throw. What damage types?
Still doing radiant, I guess.
Okay, radiant for both. As both arc around you as you're running in, you can see that they're like curving. They hit the two that are directly behind the first person as he is just running at you, you know, kind of galloping along the way. As he just jumps in the air, you take your training sword and kind of hit him out of the air. He does a backflip and kind of lands on his belly, and just doesn't appear to be moving at all.
Oh,
Anything else?
he's completely stopped.
Yeah, he like flipped and he just is on the ground.
Okay.
Like just yeah.
Then
might get up, but
I
You said
actually,
there was 5, right?
I'm gonna pass.
there's 6.
Okay. I'm gonna pass by the two that I see the orbs coming towards, and I'm gonna go for the whoever's behind the one that I just attacked with another attack.
Okay. Sorry, no. There were only 5.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright. That's gonna be another 24 to hit. And 7 damage this time.
Okay. So the one's directly behind.
Yeah, to 1 behind that one.
The one that she hit, or
No. So there's the 2 that are right behind.
correct.
I sort of see the light coming,
And there's
and
2
so
more
I'm
behind,
gonna
behind
go.
us.
I'm gonna go to the one on the left, right behind that.
Okay.
Are the ones that I hit on the ground?
No.
Okay.
They both got hit, and they kind of step back like stunned. Like they're kind of just trying to recover from that and move forward.
I want to hit them again.
Please. You still have that bonus action.
Yeah. What are we in? Are we in combat turns right now?
Sorta, kinda.
Not exactly. Okay.
I didn't have you guys roll initiative, but I'm giving you all of your
Yeah, you did.
actions and bonus actions.
Okay.
That was for the previous.
I just assumed
Yeah,
this was
we're
all
not in.
one.
I was just wondering because we're going back and forth, and I
I'm still going with it. Don't
did
worry.
want to check. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
Am I doing one? Because I want to attack both of them.
So this would be your bonus action,
Yeah, so would I use another key point?
if you want to.
Okay. I don't know how this works if we're not
So
like
you're
in
like,
a true battle.
Well, it's
Yeah.
the thing that you're still in a turn. It's just
Yeah.
not a turn order.
Okay. Well, that'll be a 27 and a 19.
Both are gonna hit.
And then it'll be another 8 and 7 points.
8 and 7. Are you
Yeah.
attacking the same 2?
Yeah, the same 2 I just went for.
Okay. As you hit them again, as they start like charging at you, both of them just like disappear into just smaller pieces of dust that get picked up by the wind.
Cool.
So there are now 3 left.
So I want to go in with my bonus unarmed, and like do like a jump kick on the one that I just attacked with my sword. So that's gonna be a 19 to hit
It's gonna hit.
and another 7 damage.
Okay. So as you go and you like kick just right in the chest, falls back on the ground, basically like landing prone, just picks itself up, and anything else. That was your bonus.
No, I'm good. Take a breath before my next attack.
Okay. Then, you see that the one on the ground gets up. The one that you
Oh, the one that was prone?
first attacked. Gets up, kind of looks at you, Loot, and sees that, you haven't really been doing anything. Turns around and just starts heading for you. And it's going to be a 24.
Gosh, diggity dang.
That's going to be...
Poison.
Poison damage, you say?
That's going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
And I need for you to make...
Okay.
I need for you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay, super quick.
It was a 19, and then it rolled over to a nat 1.
No!
Sad times.
No.
One of the subs put an F in chat, please.
It's not my fault.
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm just screwed. 2 points of exhaustion, and
Goose, thanks for the sub.
You're just like,
Hey.
All right, so as you're just kind of shooting forward, you just feel like a block of wood almost has just hit you in the back of the head. As you kind of fall forward and manage to get your sight back, you
Don't pick up on those dice. What are you doing?
What you doing
You
there?
don't need all that.
this is where Sumiko dies.
You're doing the most.
You're going to take 3 additional points of psychic damage.
Okay. Sad times.
And you are now blinded
Oh god.
as you're still struggling to
Oh,
see.
good.
It's like a hazy mess as you're trying to just collect yourself. So that means is that everyone else has advantage on you, and you have disadvantage on attacks, and you just fail checks involving sight. The two other ones that are right next to you that you've been attacking, they're both going to attack you.
This is fine.
That's going to be a 20.
That'll hit me.
You're going to take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I love this.
That was great.
These are my favorite rolls of this game. Huh. 17.
Audio pickles. Thank you. 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much damage did I take? I got distracted by my cosmic.
You took 11 points of bludgeoning damage first,
Okay.
and you managed to, kind of shake off the effects. As one comes over and just punches you in the face, it's like being hit by a brick. The other one is going to attack you as well, and that one is going to be an 18.
That one will hit.
Okay. So as one tries to just like gallop at you and just try and grab you, you kind of dodge out of the way, push him to the side. Top of the round, Loot. You've now been seeing all of this. What do you want to do? So there are 3 left, and there's one that's like right behind Sumiko and appears to just be getting ready to attack her again.
And all 3 of them look like just chaotic. They're not following any order. None of them seem to be like leading them or anything.
No.
Cute. Cuckoo.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
Looking at the one hovering over Sumiko, get away from her. I say with dissonant whispers. I think I said that right.
Hopefully I'm only blind.
I didn't hear anything that you just
I said.
He
just
said get away from her, but
her.
he whispered
Oh, okay.
it
Yeah.
because it's a whisper
It's a whisper.
spell.
I whisper a
Stage
discordant melody.
whisper.
I heard it.
Get away from her.
Fair. So that is
You're
a.
like, what did you say? I gotta turn up my volume.
I went close to my mic. Where are my D4s? There.
I thought you were saying that to me, and I was like, get away from him.
Sumiko, get away from Tatiana.
I can't see.
13 points of psychic damage.
Yeah.
And they also have to take a wisdom saving throw.
I bet they're
They?
not that wise.
They.
It.
Which one? Are you attacking the one right in front of... Okay.
Sumiko.
Right behind Sumiko.
Right behind Sumiko.
Oh, sheesh. That's going to be an 18.
Oof.
Ooh, that passes. So... Just takes half damage.
Half damage?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to move away.
So that's going to be 6 points of psychic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have to run away. Oh, frazzle, frazzle.
Anything else you want to do?
You're looking at Sumiko physically. How do you look?
Red, yellow, or green?
I'm definitely yellow.
Okay.
Not quite red.
I myself am yellow, so.
I myself also
Oh, I got it. Crap, I don't know your name yet, do I? Did you say your name?
I mean, Tatiana has.
Did you?
I think so.
Let's say
Okay.
let's say it. Sure.
Sumiko, come to me. I say with Bardic Inspiration.
So you
I
hear
can't
you hear
can hear my voice.
Lute's voice behind you. You kind of look and you still can't see anything, but you know where the voice came from, at least.
But the dude is still in front of me, or now in front of me.
Maybe. You don't know. You're blind.
I was just smacked in the back of my head.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. So you can take a D10 of inspiration,
Okay. Oh my goodness.
and that'll go straight into your turn.
Well, yeah. I'm assuming the person that, or I said I just got smacked in the head, that when I turn around, unless they've run away, they're still in front of me. So I'm going to try and do 2 unarmed strikes and at whatever is in front of me if it's like close.
Okay. Sure.
Ow!
So you'll just be making those at disadvantage.
And this is how Luke dies again.
You're not right next to me though.
Why do you keep beating me up?
Ooh.
The memories come back.
23.
Okay.
All right.
So just like feeling the
That's
presence
kind
of
of
this thing, and like I got hit here. You know what? Just turning straight around. You managed to get a really good hit on their chest. What's the damage on that?
13.
Nice.
Wow.
Good thing I rolled high.
As you do, you can just see that like you hear it hit the ground below you.
I'm gonna hit it again. Or, well, not
Okay.
necessarily hit it, but if I feel it hit the ground, I'm gonna like try and like step on it.
Step on him, okay?
Yeah.
Stomp that man.
Yeah.
Stop him.
Step on it.
20.
Actually, this would be you got a 20 anyway.
I'm
It-
blind.
Are either of those a nat 20?
No, it's a 15 and an 11.
Okay, cool. Because he's technically prone, so
Yeah.
you would have normal
Oh.
because you normally get advantage on those. But since it's
I
not
was
a
doing
20 and it's not a crit, you hit. It's all good. Okay. How much damage?
Oh my goodness. Why can't I do math? 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So you're not completely sure what part of its body you are stomping on,
Yeah, that's fine.
but whatever part of the body that you did stomp on,
Does it break?
you feel the crushingness,
Ugh.
Yes.
and you can feel the ground beneath you, like as if you have hit the
Ugh.
ground.
Oh.
What part of his body did we see? Her just decimate.
His head.
Oh
Nice.
God! Oh God!
Head
It's like it feels like stepping on a bag of sand.
Oh God! You monster!
Cool.
I'm blind.
Remind me
I
not to
can't-
piss her off.
All right. Is that it?
After that, I'm just gonna be getting up and I'm gonna be like this.
Just looks like a victory dance.
I'm like, yeah.
I'm just like
You go,
sitting in
girl.
this. I'm like
Go.
walking in a circle because I can't see. I don't know which direction I am.
What do you got?
I still have 2 in front of me, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go after one with the practice sword. And that's gonna be 26 to hit and
hit.
7 damage. Is he still chilling?
Still kicking.
Gonna go for him again. That's gonna be a 22 to hit and another 7 damage.
Okay. So your first blow, you kind of get him in the stomach. As he keels over, you reach back, and as you hit him in the head, again, his head just like goes in on itself. You can see the physical impact and the marking of your sword in its head as it falls to the ground and gets picked up by the wind.
Nice. I'm gonna use my bonus action to do an unarmed on the other one. That's gonna be a 23 to hit
That's gonna hit.
and 7 damage.
Okay. How are you punching them?
I'm
Kicking there.
yeah, I think because I was over here with this one attacking with my sword, I am gonna go out with a side kick on the other one.
Cool. So as you're kind of over here, you kind of look over really quick. You kick them as they are automatically trying to run in and take advantage of that situation. You kick them in the side, kind of roll over, and just get up, and that's it.
I'm actually, if they're still up,
They are
I'm
still
not like screwing around with these guys anymore because it hurts when they hit you. So I am actually going to use a key point and go for a flurry of blows, which, where's my flurry of blows? Oh, why doesn't it say it on here? I guess I want him to, I think it's a deck save.
For prone?
Yeah, for prone.
Okay. That's gonna be a fail.
Alright, he's prone then.
He's prone.
So I get advantage on my next attack.
Correct.
Alright. And 8. There we go. That's gonna be a like 25 to hit and
Only a 25.
Only a 25. Whatever.
Another day as a monk.
and 10 damage.
Monks, am I right?
Broke.
Even when you're blind.
Describe the final blow for me.
Okay. So I've kicked him to the side and I'm like, no, this is not happening. He's prone, he's down on the ground. I'm just coming in with both hands above my head, down into his skull as hard as I can.
Okay. And as he is down on the ground, and you put your hands together and come down, as soon as you make impact with the force that you have behind this, your eyes and body just get pelted with the dust from this creature of how hard you hit it.
Okay.
It
Cool.
doesn't hurt, but it like blinds you for a second as you just continue pushing down.
Love it.
At this point, you can now see that all of them are around that tree, and they're kind of looking at it. Some of them are starting to move in.
Oh no!
What are you guys doing?
I'm still walking around like this.
Is she still blind?
Yeah.
So noticing that she seems disoriented, I'm gonna go grab her arm and I'm gonna gesture to Loot and try to continue the idea of like leaving that we were going for before.
Okay.
I'll follow you. Just
I'm
don't
gonna have
hurt
my
me.
arm
You're
linked
pretty
with her
terrifying.
and be like this.
Thank you. Nobody thinks I'm terrifying.
Nope, you're terrifying.
Aw,
Both you guys
that
are
makes me
really scary.
Really happy.
You
As
should
you guys
have
are-
seen me like flailing my arm as I'm like attached to you. I'm scared. I don't know where anything is.
As you guys continue running, or kind of walking away from the situation, you kind of have Sumiko in one hand, and she's still like. After about a minute of walking, it starts to, your vision starts to clear up, and you can then see your arm. And as you guys are walking down, what was that mountain path? It's a long slope, and it leads into like a gorge, where then you can see that there are two paths, and there's like dirt and gravel path, and a solid block wall that is above this whole area.
Looking down
Like
each path,
you meet the wall.
what does it look like?
Looking down the right path, you can see what appears to be some body of water.
Okay.
You can see that it's moving, and it just leads to that direction. And the other one is it just continues the dirt gravel path, and it spins around the mountainside.
I'm gonna just start heading towards the water. I'm gonna take the right path.
Link my arm and just
I'm like,
follow.
oh. I forgot.
Now that I can see. Thank you.
Are you okay?
I am now.
Okay. Do you remember why we're here and when you fell down into the mountain and everything?
I remember messing up the crops. I don't remember falling.
Do you remember me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I remember you from before I was blind.
Do you really remember us, or are you just making this up? It was the same story you told me.
No, I remember both of you. This is a thing. Like, it's clearly a thing.
Hey, insider.
You're not gonna remember me.
Sure.
No, never mind. Actually, what is my insight modifier? Yeah, no, never mind.
What'd you roll?
An 8. Like, how do I feel?
She seems really genuine. You notice that she seems a little worried,
Okay.
but there's like a level of a lot of confidence in her answer.
Well, you do seem to be truthful, but why and where and what is this? Those are some I've never seen creatures like that before. And I've been some strange places.
Actually, you have seen creatures like that before when we were coming up the mountain, but I know that you can't remember that right now. I'm being tested, I think. So,
And we're friends of yours?
yes.
Okay.
We're very good friends.
Are we being tested or just you?
That's a good question. All
Oh, I will. I trust you, and I will do my best to assist you in
Thank
this.
you. I'll make sure no harm comes to you.
You hear sound behind you. So you can see that there is another one of those creatures that is just running down the hill, kind of coming towards you.
Oh god.
Shoot another orb.
Okay.
Another one of
Do I have anything
the
long distance?
creatures?
I do not. Just pick up a crossbow.
23.
23. That's gonna be a hit.
And then 9 points of damage.
Okay. What damage type?
Radiant it again. Just gonna keep going radiant.
All right.
I don't know if that's good or not.
So you throw one and hit it. It appears to kind of fall forward and start sliding down on its stomach.
I want to hit it again.
It rolls over and kind of sits there for a sec. As it tries to look around. It's like looking around for something. You attack again.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 28.
That's gonna hit.
And then it'll be
At this point,
12
you
points
now
of damage.
have all seen it. You've seen her kind of throw her wand.
And it's coming from in front of us, like towards where the lake is and stuff?
It was
No,
behind us.
like towards
Oh,
from the
behind us.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And now
heard
it just
it, and then
appears on the ground, kind of looking around at things.
Another 12 points
Okay.
of damage.
Cool. You hit again, and at this point, it kind of falls back, and it just like looks up. It doesn't appear to be dead though, and it just has its hands out, and it's laying on the ground, and kind of trying its best. And you can see that it's like struggling to get up, and after it looks over to the right hand side, you can see that it's reaching for what looks like a hat.
Oh. Does this look like the four-legged creature or like a bipedal?
Bipedal.
Oh, I thought this was
jerk.
an 8
Oh.
again.
Okay.
Killing
So
everything you
it's-
see.
It's reaching for a hat. Okay, so I'm gonna sort of put my hand up, like, hold on a second, and I'm gonna
Kill the villager.
run towards it. And I actually want to pin its hand down.
Okay.
And ask it.
You get closer and you see that it is it has the same kind of face as all of the others, but it has the scarecrow like shirt and pants on,
Oh, okay. As
and it was reaching for the straw hat.
Oh, okay. As I get closer to it, I'm actually gonna help it up.
Kind of takes your hand, but it just appears to be moving very, very weakly, like struggling to get up.
He looks damaged. Like he looks like he's really hurt.
Yeah. Based on body movements and knowing what, kind of seeing how much these creatures can take, it definitely looks in the red.
Okay. Crud, what do I want to call him? He had a cool name too, and I just lost it. Whatever. It's gonna be okay, buddy. Healing word. 8.
Okay.
I really thought it was a gorilla.
I thought that was what he said
Just
too.
keep shooting
One of
first.
the same things.
I was about to call him a poopy head and with vicious mockery and tell him to stay down.
Oh, okay.
As it kind of hears this message, a little bit more strength returns to him as he stands up, bows again, and puts his hat back on, and kind of just positions himself between you and Sumiko,
Aw.
like using you as a shield.
Okay.
Oh, poor guy.
All right.
You
I'm gonna
monster.
pat him
It's
on
been
the
an
back
emotional day.
and keep walking and say, okay, come on. This one is a friend.
Okay.
I guess Miko before Shadows was just like shot everything, shoot first, ask questions later.
Like all what else do.
Those darn elves.
Hashtag not all what else.
People were yelling at me. I was blinded.
It's really, you have been through a lot.
Okay, so
What do you give out flowers?
what are you guys doing
Moving on the path that we were on
towards the lake,
lake.
towards the body of water?
Actually, I'm going to stop for a second. Were you trying to stop me from going this way? Okay. Then I'll keep going. Just check with my guide. My spirit guide. Or whatever it is.
Sure. So the four of you walk towards the right side, and you get to this body of water. You see that in the center of it, there appears to be just like an island. It's small. There's one palm tree, has 2 coconuts in it, and underneath the water, you can see that there's a lot of movement in the water. But that's it.
Is there anywhere that the water looks particularly still?
Make a perception check.
24.
24, I'd say about 70 feet away, like along the river's path. You can see that the water is coming in from this one area. There's a small little cove on the other side. where the water kind of, collects and pools in and stagnates there.
Okay.
That is the steadiest part of this area.
Okay. I'm gonna ask them cover my back, and I want to go 50 feet towards, like, in the direction of the still water where it's presumably a little bit less movement, and I want to try and just run across the water to the island.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like for you to make a dex save.
Okay. 18.
18. Okay. As you are running across, you can see like a grayish blue, like webbed fingered hand kind of reach up out of the water and try and grab your leg and bring you down. But as you're running, it's very, very easy for you to just dodge it and keep running.
Okay.
Did we see that?
Yes.
Can I shoot at it?
Sure.
Did I
What else?
watch my
Those
back?
darn widows.
She did say that. Well, it's a 13.
That's not gonna hit.
Yeah. It's fine. I was scaring it.
Right.
She ran away.
You're like, hey, hey, you.
Hey.
I
Yeah.
saw you.
Your radiant orb kind of hits the water, kind of rotates there and sizzles, and you can see the waves that come off of it. As you-
Electric.
It's electric.
Just meant
All right.
get shocked.
It's electric. All right. You run to the island. You can now see this palm tree.
Okay. There's gotta be something about this tree. You said there's 2 coconuts on the ground?
There's 2 coconuts in the
In
tree.
the tree. I'm gonna climb the tree and pick a coconut.
Okay. They come off very easily.
Okay. I'm gonna break it open.
Make an athletics check.
20.
20.
Yes.
Okay. So you break it open. You can see that there's like this yellowish fruit. It kind of looks like there's pineapple inside.
That doesn't make sense.
That's what's inside of this coconut.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks like a yellowish fruit. It's like filled with this yellow fruit.
I'm gonna smell it.
Okay.
How does it smell?
It smells tangy. It has a bit of a citrus element to it. It smells kind of like the orange tea that Fawn gave you.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna eat some.
Okay.
I take a bite.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
4.
4?
Yeah.
Well,
Con saves.
as you eat some, you kind of really start enjoying it. You then just eat the whole thing, and you now want more.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the other coconut.
Okay. So you smash that one open too. There's more. You're gonna eat it.
I can
You want it.
choose. I can choose whether I eat it or not. Like, can I consider? Can I think to myself, it's a little weird how much I want this right now, or am I like charmed by it and like?
No, if you'd like to, you just notice
So I like.
how good it
I
tastes.
really want this. It seems it's really delicious, but I'm also like, why do I want more so much? So I'm gonna fight the urge to just eat it all and just stash it instead.
Wisdom save.
Ooh.
14.
Ooh.
Let's add that inspiration.
Okay.
Fam. Oh no! 15!
That sucks.
Yeah.
Can I
it does
add
suck.
my inspiration to
Nope.
it?
Okay.
You
So-
did say any roll.
You got a 15, correct?
Yes, I got 15.
Should have taken me with you.
Alright, you take a coconut and kind of stow it away
Okay.
in separate pieces.
Okay.
What else?
Just gonna look around the island and the tree for any other signs of what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to go next.
The only thing that you can see is that the river continues to go throughout the mountain path, or the mountain pass, and pretty much after about 70 feet from the path where you guys came from, there's no more land. There's just water. So that river, I guess, leads to a bigger body of water, or it's part of a natural.
Okay, so there's only so
System.
far we can go on land.
Correct.
Do I
There's
see?
the one island in the middle.
Do I see any path out of this area that is not the river itself?
No. And the path that you came from, then no.
But there was another path. So, I'm gonna take one piece of the fruit out of my bag and I'm gonna throw it in the water. And what I'm looking for is whether I see movement head towards the fruit and whether that gives me an opening to run back across.
Okay. As the fruit hits the water, you see that there's no movement. Like
There's no reaction to it
It
at all.
just sits on the top of the water.
Okay, then I'm just gonna choose a spot in the.
At this point, you can see that there are little bubbles of air that are coming up and bursting.
Bubbles, so just like popping on the surface
Yeah.
near the fruit.
No. Like, in between the island and where they're both standing. They're
Like
like
everywhere?
bubbles that are coming up.
Like it's boiling.
No. Just like a couple of them. As if maybe from one creature.
Okay, I'm gonna avoid that spot
Okay.
as I run back over the water.
I'm readying an orb in case it is the same creature from earlier.
Alright. Make a dex save.
26.
26, okay. Cool.
Yes.
Go ahead and make that attack roll.
Ooh.
Technically, the disadvantage still, right? With the exhaustion. So that'll still be a 22.
22.
Mhm.
That is going to hit. This time this creature gets a little bold, and you can see that it appears to be kind of like a mix between a fish and a human. As it comes up with its very sharp teeth, it tries to just like bite at your leg and just gets blasted in the face with this radiant ball of energy.
Nice.
As that happens, you can see its body just float on the surface.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
Was
You-
it hot, like in shape of water? Was it
No.
a hot fish man?
Nope.
An ugly one?
It's a pretty ugly fish, man.
Okay, cool.
I would not date.
These
or
are just important details.
I would
for
not
my
make
visual image.
a romantic comedy about this fish. Man.
Okay.
Still want to have a wife and kids.
10 out of 10 would not date again.
Hate him.
So,
Wouldn't want to date him.
at this point, you can see that underneath the island, there appears to be some kind of radiant light that is just pulsing.
Under the island?
Yeah. It appears it's the same
in the water?
same color as your radiant orb.
Oh.
And as soon as that kind of pulses for about 5 seconds, it turns into a light green pulse. Then a light purple. Then a light blue. And it keeps kind of shifting between those for about a minute. What do you guys do?
But it started looking the same as her radiant orb.
But shifting colors. And this is, it is like a large dome under the island.
What is our guide doing?
He is kind of currently, his face is almost touching the water as he's on his hands and knees. And then he puts his head in the water and is like just, appears to just be looking under the water.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay. Look under the water. I want you to make a perception check.
Nat 20!
Yeah!
First of the night?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Anyone? Yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. Only took an hour and a half or something like that.
Plus 8.
So 28.
Okay.
Okay. As you look forward, you can see that there's like, underneath the island, there's a dome. And it has all different sorts of plants and stuff inside the dome. And kind of cradled on the inside of it, you can see that Virian is sitting crisscross applesauce and just kind of like enjoying all of the plants.
Aw.
And seems to be just incredibly happy. Like he's smiling, and the stress of like everything that's going on isn't weighing on him. It's like the first true happiness that you've seen Virian have.
Although, does he remember Varian?
This Dragonborn have.
Okay, so I pull my head out. I found a really happy Dragonborn. I'm gonna go down and try to say hi to him and see what's up. As I say that, I do start wading into the water to walk
And
down
I'm
to
like,
him.
Varian? And
Who's Varian?
I'm gonna pop my head in to see if I
You
can
look
see
down,
him.
you see the things that I described to him. You see the true happiness.
Okay, yeah, I'm like, let's go get him.
How
And-
deep is this water?
It only goes down about 20 feet.
Okay.
But the orb itself, the dome rather, it hangs right beneath the island, so it's not like on the river floor,
Yeah.
like the lake floor.
I just start lackadaisically walking into the water. Do you guys like hold back like, oh, it's water? I can't. Do you guys? I can breathe underwater, so I'm
Oh,
lackadaisically just walking straight into the water.
I'm gonna swim. Like,
Okay.
I'm like diving in, and I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
made it
swim
swim.
down
I don't
towards
swim well. I'm just
towards
walking in the bed.
on the floor.
I'm just treasuring.
I am gonna indicate for Sumiko to follow. I don't know whether she will, but
Will you?
I feel like I'm gonna like float on the top and just like stick my face in, kind of like a dead man's float, and watch
Perfect.
before
perfect.
going down, since I can't breathe underwater.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess I have half movement. Would it be difficult terrain?
But
I
you
can
all
sink pretty easily.
Yeah, but you're still walking through water.
Yeah.
you all seem to make it there. And as you get closer, you can see that there are like different colored rabbits that
Aw.
are hanging out with him.
No.
There are about 5 of them, and he's petting them. He's like, casting spells and making the plants like do all different sorts of things, whether they're like moving or growing or changing colors, which is the colors that you now see are from him, from Virian. And you see that some of the bunnies are hanging out in his lap. Some of them are just sitting
my
there.
God.
He's kind of petting,
So
petting
precious.
them. One of them he puts on his shoulder, and the bunny just falls down, but tries to scamper up his back to get back to the shoulder. And you guys are now at the dome. As to
Is
you.
it a solid object?
You guys are gonna put your hands on it. It's like a glass ball almost.
Okay, so I'm still underwater.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tap on it. Trying to get his attention.
If only we had a way to talk to him.
Oh, I think into the stone. Virion. Does everybody hear it?
What the heck was that?
You don't hear anything.
Do I hear it?
I didn't even hear tapping.
You heard the tapping, but you don't hear her message. You also heard her, like through your stone. You heard it as well.
Do I now know how to use it?
I'd say no.
Damn.
I'd say you just heard her telepathically. You, on the other hand, you see just a valley of forest. You are in the Feywild right now, in your mind, and you know this is just paradise for you.
Oh.
You hear a tap, and it feels as if like the whole forest is moving. It's swaying. There's like a disturbance in the forest, and it's slightly upsetting.
So I sense a disturbance in the forest. Okay. Has this ever happened before?
No.
I'd look around for what it could be.
You just look around.
Waving. He's looking around.
Yeah. At one point, you can see that it appears that Virion is like straight eye contact with you as it kind of moves over. You were just looking at the rest of the forest.
If he
and-
moves closer, I'm gonna bang on the glass now.
Does it appear to be?
Of the dome.
Does he appear to be stuck in a trance?
I would say no.
Okay.
And you kind of can't figure out the source of it, so it stopped. Sit back down. The bunnies are like pushing at your legs and like nudging you back down so that they can crawl on you again.
Okay. Pull out one of my sticks and start whittling on it.
How am I doing on breath?
I would say you're still fine.
Okay. In that case, so I'm still knocking. But he's just completely ignoring at this point.
Yeah, I'd say you have about a minute left.
Okay, I'm gonna.
What are your you don't breathe. Your head is under the water, so if you ever needed to breathe, you would just remove your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have about a minute left.
Okay. So I'm gonna basically unarmed strike this
Oh God.
dome.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm just walking around it, tracing my hands to see if I feel anything weird in the dome, like
Okay.
a seal or.
So investigation check for you, and roll that attack. Oh God, that was a good.
10 on the attack.
Okay.
6.
The glass surface.
Come on, keep looking.
Yeah, just kind of not really finding anything, just kind of touching around, and go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Oh.
13.
13. Okay, you hit it, and you
Oh no,
hear-
11.
Huh?
11.
11. Okay. As you hit it, you can hear it like reverberating, like you hitting a gong almost. You can hear that sound all throughout the water.
But it doesn't feel like I make any dent in it.
No dent. You, on the other hand, you can now see kind of a flash of what appears to be this half-elf monster that has like red eyes and is just trying to attack the forest.
Oh God.
Gonna be huddling the bunnies. I'm looking frantically for a place to hide.
Okay.
Oh God.
So you kind of start running, and it's almost like you're running on a treadmill.
I turn around. I look back.
Yeah. And you were just running and making so much pace in this forest. And you find like where this old tree fell. You kind of hop in, and it's like nestled between a tree and another tree that is currently vertical, and you're just kind of holding them. Currently, the only thing that you can see is over the top of that tree. You can see like claws coming down, and they are just scratching at the bark, and you can see just the face of the same half-elf with just glowing red eyes. It's like evil Tatiana on steroids. Like her hair is just jet black. Her skin it looks decayed and like falling off, and she has red eyes.
Oh god.
I'm gonna try to smack the hands with my staff.
Okay.
Just while I'm huddling the rabbits. Just try to smack out.
Make an attack roll.
27.
27?
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
Plus 9.
Okay. So as you're currently hitting this, you can see as he like just gets his staff out, he's huddling these rabbits. He just whacks you. It goes through the glass dome, and it just hits you in the face as he brings it back, and the dome just like closes itself. So
Varian, what the fuck?
You're gonna take that 9 points?
Yeah.
You're gonna take nine points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. I'm like, seriously?
I don't think I've ever hit anything so hard with that staff. I never make melee attacks.
I was gonna say, I think it's the first time you've used that stuff for melee.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. So I'm backing up. I'm actually gonna swim to the surface and recatch my breath, and then come back down fresh, because I have.
After you got hit, looking in, you can see that each of the bunnies are just like glaring at you.
That's creepy.
And
Okay.
then as soon as like Varian smacks you and brings it back, and he looks down at them, you can see that they're like. Super
Cute-
innocent all of a
Cute
sudden.
little bunny
I'm sorry,
faces.
that was 7 points. I'm sorry.
Oh,
7
good.
points of damage.
Yeah. And as soon as he takes his eyes off of them, they're just. So you swim back up. At this point, Sumiko, you now see, you saw all that happen, and now just to see Tatiana hitting the surface.
Well, attacking the dome doesn't seem to be working.
Do we need to get in the dome?
Yeah. That's our friend in there, and we've got to get him out. He's in there with evil bunnies.
Evil bunnies.
Yeah, it's not good.
Is the dome on the ground, or is it like floating?
It's connected to the bottom of the island,
Oh.
but kind of floating.
But it's attached.
Yeah.
So I couldn't move it out of the water.
I mean,
Try.
what could go wrong?
Have I noticed anything as I continue to walk around, like applying pressure and just I'm not banging on it like some people, but I'm inspecting it.
I want to go back underwater, and I want to actually swim underneath the dome and look up. What do I see if I look straight up from the bottom of the dome? I'm not trying to peep up
The whole dome just.
Varian's skirt. I'm trying to see if there's like what's above the dome, essentially.
Okay, so from the bottom you can't see through the top of it just because there's so many things that are inside the dome that are obscuring your vision. However, from the absolute bottom of the dome, you can see that that there is a portion of the dome that just looks like water. Like it looks.
It looks like
it's
liquid
it looks
instead
like
of solid.
It looks like it's a liquid.
Is it person-sized?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm gonna get down on the lake floor and push off and try and push up through the liquid part.
Okay. And as you kind of prepare that and kind of push up, you end up jumping into the dome, and pretty high actually. you end up seeing a lot of the
Dolphin
the
Tatiana.
forests and stuff beneath you, and you can see where Virion is. And
Do I now see the forest setting
you do.
from inside? It's clicking in my mind. Why didn't
But
somebody
you
see me?
still see this pool of liquid that you left. That's like just sitting there in the middle of the forest. So you know that's the entrance that you came in through.
Okay.
But you do see the rest of this beautiful forest.
Okay.
I saw where she came in at.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna keep looking, and
Did
maybe
I
I'll find
see
it.
that?
I would say
I guess
you just,
they would
you,
see
you
me
just saw
pop up
her,
in the middle of the dome, right?
saw her going down towards the bottom,
So-
and kind of swimming underneath, and then
Would I not be there? Because it's a dome like this. I imagined it was a dome like submerged slightly in the ground. So it's a dome not in the ground, just floating.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
It's-
Attached
yeah.
to the island.
attached to the island.
But not
Because
totally,
I'm on the
not all the
large
way on the
dome.
bottom
So
of
I'm
the
at the
thing.
surface of the lake. Am I not just like at the bottom of the dome? Because I don't think I can swim. I don't know. I might be able to.
You can swim.
Okay. Well, I've just.
I was just assuming that you were just searching around. You just didn't find it yet.
Okay.
He said he was like
yes,
touching the dome
You
though.
would see it.
I've just been like in my mind, I was walking on the ground, but I'll say I was swimming. So
It's a pretty big dome, and that's just a small portion of it.
Gotcha.
So based on your investigation check,
Pure center.
you just didn't see
Nice.
that
Right.
that portion.
can I investigate again?
You saw her going through now.
Oh, okay. Then I will just go to that point, and I'm not gonna jump through. I'm just gonna stick my head through. Wait, can I? How tall is it? I'm only.
It's it's about 6 feet off the ground.
I'm gonna try to jump up to it and swim up to it.
Okay. You jump, you swim up, and kind of just treading water with your head above. You just see Luke's head that's just peeking out in the forest.
I'll reach my hand down for his hand.
Yeah.
And I know how heavy he is, so actually I'll use both my hands to try and help drag him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just I'll be like, I'm gonna sit here while you look for your friend. I think he's your friend, so you don't
He
get
is.
lost.
He's your friend too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Our friend.
Are you doing anything?
I guess since they both went down, I'm gonna swim down to the bottom of the dome. And then I would assume I would look around and then see the same opening. Since I'm highly perceptive.
You
My
swim down
passive
there and you see it.
perception is a million.
Yeah, you swim down there, and it's very easy to see that it's there.
And then I'm gonna swim up
Okay,
and do it as well.
cool. And as you are kind of recovering from helping him get up, you then just see Sumiko just hops on up too.
Alright, so do I see Virion? Okay. Oh,
It's currently nestled
Virion,
behind the trees.
are you evil now or something? Why did you hit me?
You don't hear any of this.
Oh.
From Tatiana, the only thing that you hear is the fact that she is going to eat all of those rabbits and burn this forest.
She still look evil.
She still looks like the description I gave you.
Oh.
What do we look like to him?
You guys look
Normal?
normal.
Okay.
I reach out my hand to him. I'm like, come on.
This just looks like her reaching out with claws as she like goes like this a couple times and
Just raise my staff up like I'm gonna swing it again.
Hi, I'm Lou.
What did that sound like?
sounded exactly like that.
It
It's
did?
just, yeah. At this point, the bunnies get off of you, and one of them kind of, just, I'll protect you. We'll all protect you.
Talking bunnies?
And they just start to leave. Like, they get off of you,
Uh-huh.
and they're moving towards the three of them.
No. I'll protect you. That's what I'm here for. Come back.
They're just running towards.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna run with them.
Yeah.
At this point,
For
you
wherever
guys,
this place is.
So Kelly.
you guys are now like
Battle charge with some bunnies.
you guys are now at like a standoff here.
So do the bunnies look evil coming at me?
Yes.
They look evil
Okay.
to both of us? Or do they just look like fluffy bunnies running at us?
They look like fluffy bunnies with really angry faces.
Okay, I'm like,
So cute.
we are not about to fight some bunnies right now. But I'm readying my.
Okay. And I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh, Marion, please don't kill me.
Hey, not bad.
Actually, before that happens, you can see that one of the bunnies is like trying to climb you, and they get to your shoulder, and they're kind of whispering in your ear. Look at that one. That one made out of that one right there. Do you see it?
Yes.
Like as you guys are walking over. I've seen that one before.
Where?
Remember the loss of how I lost my arm?
What?
It was that one.
Oh!
And now
Monster.
you don't really remember ever noticing that this one didn't have an arm. But now that you see it,
I try not to
everything-
make it obvious.
now that you see it, it kind of clicks. Like, oh shit, yeah.
You will pay. I look at Loot and I like snort and I do my little like acid things, but no, I don't attack. Just like the effect.
Are you sure he's a friend? He looks very, very evil.
He's pretty sure he's my friend.
Her saying that, I'm going to use, if I can find it, counter charm on Virion.
Okay. As an action,
Yes. Oh wait, we're in charm with her. Never mind, ignore me.
I will let you use it.
I did roll a 24.
I'll say that this is all happening before initiative rolls.
Okay.
So
So yeah, I'm trying to use counter charm on him as long as he's within 30 feet.
it just automatically.
As an action, you can perform it until the end of your next turn. During that time, any friendly creature within 30 feet I would consider him friendly. Does he have to consider me as friendly?
Yes, it's not a friendly creature.
Damn it.
Aww.
Because basically, he would gain advantage on saving throws or being frightened or charmed.
Actually, no. I would say he is.
Okay.
He is friendly. Because if not, then like that would it would just never work.
What's the point of that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if someone takes control of you. Like, well, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Sweet.
So he just gets advantage when he's going to try and
Right.
resist.
And I think it's triggered by a word, so I'd be like, Virion, we're here to help.
Is that what you're saying?
Mhm.
Okay.
Look down at the bunny. Did you tell him my name?
Bunny looks up at you, the red one with one missing arm. It's like, no. All right, I'm sorry. When he was chopping off my arm, he asked who my green dragonborn friend was. I just didn't want to lose another arm.
Monster.
I'm so sorry,
This
Virion.
poor little bunny.
I'm so sorry, Virion. I love you.
Oh no.
I'm picturing like the bunny from Secret Life of Pets, where he's named Snowball, and he's like white and innocent, and then he's like all evil.
We're gonna watch that right after the stream.
Yeah.
That's where I got the inspiration.
Really?
No.
Oh.
You then see the blue bunny that's like right in front of you, kind of steps back and looks really angry at Sumiko. And it's just like, do you remember seeing the forest thing that we showed you earlier?
Mm-hmm.
You do remember that. She burned that down.
Okay.
That was her. All of those crops, plants and everything. We have to stop them.
I guess I did do that. Somehow.
Virian, we have to stop them.
They will pay.
Terrifying. Oh no.
Okay. Then we will actually pick up their next game with everyone
bunnies.
rolling
the bunny
initiative
war. The
Oh,
Great
no.
Bunny War.
of you three versus
I wanted to
Virian
use mine.
and the bunnies.
I rolled a nat 20.
No, I just had to. You guys beat me anyway.
I was excited. My
Pretty good, too.
only one of the evening.
Dang it, I just realized I have a spell that is perfect for this situation.
In fact, everyone roll initiative right now.
I already did.
we'll-
We all
we'll just
did
keep
when
it.
you said it before.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I rolled a nat 20.
Ooh, and I thought I
Yeah.
rolled well.
See, I'm nice. I'll let you keep your 20.
Yay.
Nat 20 with what? What's your modifier and everything?
For initiative,
Yeah.
4?
it's a 4. Don't we
24?
all have a 4?
Mm-hmm.
No?
No. It's
No.
based on
No,
dex.
based on
It's
dex.
stats.
Oh, I totally thought that was just like a static thing.
No, mine was 0 for Rice Fun.
Luke, what'd you get?
22.
22. Tatiana.
21.
Wowzers.
Hey.
Jarian.
Also 21.
Ooh.
Hey.
We're all up there.
I know, I saw that, was like, ooh, I get to go first.
The bunny's got. Oof. It's a 22.
I get to go before the bunnies.
You get to go for the bunnies. Okay, so we will pick up their
Oh my
next game
God.
as this monastic trial continues. And I'm very excited. Thank you all for supporting us in 2018, and I hope you continue to do so in 2019.
Did
We're
you-
gonna-
Go. I was going to ask if you had other announcements for the end of the stream. I didn't want you to forget, but then I think I interrupted you about to.
Carry on.
So,
Ignore me!
ignoring. So, like I mentioned earlier, I more so wanted to reiterate on some things. Right after I find them. So our podcast is coming soon, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
We're going to start working on moving all those videos to podcast format. So if you haven't caught up on, our really early episodes, or you're new and you want to catch up and you like listening to it in podcast form, or you want to listen to it again because we're that awesome, I get it. Either way, that'll be coming to podcast format, and we'll be splitting them up so that's not just like a 4-hour podcast, like an hour and a half here, an hour and a half there, whatever. We'll figure it out. And whatever we do, we will communicate via social media. So make sure that you're following us at Chaos Conductors on pretty much everything. Everything, yeah.
Facebook,
Twitter, Instagram.
All the things.
All of the things.
YouTube.
They're like down here.
All of the things.
Aren't they? Aren't they below us right here?
They are below us.
They're right below us.
They're right below us. Can't you see them?
Can you see them? There's a banner right below us that has all the tags.
Oh.
Oh, down there.
Got it,
That's
got
right.
it. I don't look down there a lot when I'm DMing.
Well, you do have
Yeah,
to
you
look
got-
past us. So.
We got about us, credits, cool. All right. Got it. All right, yeah. So the podcast, our videos that we're putting up, the backlog and stuff, and the Inside Check stream is moving to Wednesday, starting this week.
At 7:30.
Starting
if you
this
haven't
week
watched
at
it,
7:30.
definitely watch it. We have a lot of fun talking about our characters, and we will actually interact as we go. So if you have any questions,
We
it's
like
a
your
good
live
time
questions.
to ask your questions. 'Cause, yeah.
Yeah, DM us with any questions that you guys have, or just pop in the stream and ask us questions, because we love to hear from you all and know, what are the things that interest you. And most of the times, like, you guys make more interesting and better questions than I ever do. It's like some of the most interesting conversations
offense, but
on our
yeah.
Insight Check stream so far. Hey, I can't be good at everything. Some of our most interesting questions have been from things that you guys have brought forward. So keep doing it, and stop on by. Did you have something? Did anyone else have anything?
I just wanted to thank our special guest today. They have been an amazing listener.
So respectful.
So respectful.
Just perfect.
Yeah, just what a blessing.
Thank you,
A
Mel.
bit of
Thanks, pushing Mel.
a bit of a metagamer, but whatever. I really didn't appreciate the random distractions.
I'm getting
but
a very
the rules
fuck
lawyering.
you vibe from her.
Okay, was that it, or are we?
I think that's
We're
all.
Unless you had anything else.
No, I'm good. So, thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. See you next.
See you next year.
See you next year. I had to think about it, but like we do have a rebroadcast tomorrow.
Yep.
So I'll be. See you next year.
That's not. We're not physically on stream again tomorrow, so.
Okay. See you next time.
Was it?
All right. Goodbye.
Smooth.